everybody, and welcome to IGTV. This is a production of New York City Metro InfraGard Members Alliance. With us today, we're going to have Richard Horowitz, and Richard is an attorney in Manhattan and private investigator. And Richard is also a former member of the IDF. We're going to bring him live onto the program right now. Okay, Richard, you're live onto the program. We've got a number of things we're going to be talking about today. I guess what we want to head it off with is the memory clip of the week, and that is?
It's number 3429. It's about a group of activists in Mauritania who were arrested for burning a book that was legitimizing slavery. They've had that problem there. It's a Muslim country on the western coast of Africa, bordering Mali on its eastern coast. And they were arrested for burning those books.
Wow. Okay. So, as usual, those memory clips are great for our members to kind of get in on. And this clip is what, about a minute, 2 minutes?
It's about 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, great. All right. So you wanted to get into, there's been a lot going on with Iran for the past couple of weeks now. Really escalating a lot of media attention over there. What's going on with the Supreme Leader?
Well, according to the Tehran Times in English, about a week ago, the Supreme Leader made a statement that Iran is at the center of an anti-hegemonistic movement. And that concept goes back to the Iranian constitution, but it explains a lot. They see themselves as the leaders of all the oppressed nations of the world, that the world is divided into tyrants and oppressed nations, and that the Arab Spring, he made reference to, took its inspiration from the Islamic Revolution of 1979, and that Iran is leading this anti-hegemonistic movement against the oppressors. It goes back to their constitution, which calls for the downfall of all foreign governments by the end of the century, which hadn't happened. It says that Iran rejects all forms of domination and oppression and supports the struggle of oppressed nations against the tyrants, and that the part of the role, responsibility of the Army and its Revolutionary Guard is to spread the revolution at home and abroad. So they actually view themselves as a world power, just on the other side of the scale. So when we think of ourselves as a world power, we have to understand that they view themselves as well as a world power, just representing all those nations that they consider we are oppressing.
All right, so that certainly feeds into a lot of different theories that are out there right now, especially the number one that I constantly am hearing from a lot of different people that are out there is that America needs to be strong, all right? And when we are strong, we almost can't be wrong in so many different ways. And, with Iran out there now, kind of beating the war drum and kind of beating their chest, I think a lot of this is trying to provoke the United States into doing different things. But let's move on to three valuable reports that you're bringing to the attention of our listening audience. All right. Why don't you start off by listing the reports?
Yes. It's the three very important reports you can get online. One is put out by the Mineta Transportation Institute, and it's titled An Analysis of 15 Terrorist Plots Against Public Surface Transportation. And it analyzes 15 foiled plots, so it doesn't include London and Madrid. And it's quite a good analysis. Who was behind it? How were they foiled? The Heritage Foundation came out with a report entitled 50 Terror Plots Foiled Since 9/11. And again, it analyzes those 50 plots. And imagine if some percentage of those plots were successful, but 50 foiled plots since 9/11, the Heritage Foundation. And The Economist had a very, very good article on Al-Qaeda, dated April 21st, 2012, entitled Al-Qaeda is Down But Far From Out. And it's a very good analysis on the relationship between Al-Qaeda Central, and the other Al-Qaeda organizations that, to some degree, whatever degree, associated with Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda in the Arab Peninsula, Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb or North Africa. Al-Shabaab in Somalia has just created a relationship with Al-Qaeda. And even though Al-Qaeda Central has taken serious hits and is in no way capable of doing what it was able to do 10 years ago, the Al-Qaeda affiliates are growing, or appears to be growing, in strength. So that is a very good article to read, and the other two reports I recommend very highly.
All right, so we've got the Mineta. Hang on there now. I just got to do a little switching around here. Okay, so we have the Mineta Transportation Institute, the Heritage Foundation, which is something that we've used before, and The Economist. All right,
Yes.
three great reports, and that is Richard Horowitz, everybody, and that's Terrorism Awareness Today, and the House Music's coming back on, Rich. So we look forward to seeing you next week on IGTV. Thank you once again.